Amidst the few positive user reviews of the iPhone Air, there is a lingering sense of regret for this half-baked product. To netizens, those idealistic what-ifs seem a bit naive. After seeing the iPhone Air sales figures, other manufacturers have tacitly responded with a firm no to those what-ifs, just when everyone concluded that an ultra-thin flagship was a false proposition. Honor has quietly turned those what-ifs into reality, crafting a 2026 opening masterpiece that is truly both Pro and Air. The Honor Magic 8 Pro Air. We've got our hands on all four colorways of the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air: Feather White, Soft Orange, Mystic Purple, and Shadow Black. Picking up this slice of a phone for the first time, my instinct was to hold it like a card. Perhaps that is just a human reflex when facing something so card-like. The Honor Magic 8 Pro Air measures just 6.1 millimeters thick. For reference, here is a 1 yuan coin. The Honor Magic 8 Pro Air is roughly the thickness of 3.5 stacked coins. That's about 1.5 coins thinner than a typical flagship. At this thickness, the flat frame finally achieves that perfect refined look everyone envisions, and that distracting, sharp hand feel has been almost entirely eliminated. The weight of the Magic 8 Pro Air is kept at 155 g, a full 10 grams lighter than the iPhone Air. That is lighter than 2 salted duck eggs combined, making it likely the lightest bar-style flagship on the market today. Plus, with its balanced weight distribution, you won't feel it is top-heavy no matter how you hold it. To achieve that truly ultimate lightweight grip, the Magic 8 Pro Air has also been trimmed down in length and width, while our two international rivals are slightly thinner. It comes at the cost of a battery smaller than 4000 mAh, with just a 0.5 millimeters compromise. Honor managed to squeeze in an extra 2000 mAh of battery. So, do you think this trade-off in capacity is worth it? The middle frame on all four Magic 8 Pro Air colorways is sandblasted matte aluminum alloy, giving it a more delicate and softer feel than stainless steel or titanium. Compared to the mirror-polished titanium of the iPhone Air, which one looks better is purely a matter of preference. But the fact that mirror surfaces are fingerprint magnets is something everyone finds annoying. As for the back cover craftsmanship, the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air uses a 7-coat 7-bake layering process. Up close, it looks exquisite and elegant when the light shifts. It glows like liquid pearl, and it feels like gliding over silk when you touch it. Color preferences aside, light orange is the most unique one in my opinion. The texture is incredibly convincing, mimicking magnesium alloy, with almost no color difference from the middle frame from certain angles. The entire device looks like a seamless unibody. Honor's attention to detail is also top-notch. All the buttons and cutouts on the frame are perfectly centered. By contrast, the misalignment on Apple and Samsung is enough to drive anyone with OCD crazy. The Honor Magic 8 Pro Air features a 6.31-inch small flat screen on the front, with ultra-narrow 1.08mm bezels on all four sides, making the visual experience very similar to the Magic 8 Pro. Annual full-screen brightness was measured at 906 nits, while full-screen peak brightness hit 1952 nits. Amazingly, it reached a peak brightness of 6550 nits in a 5% window. This proves that this panel has the same top-tier performance as a regular Pro flagship. Moreover, within such a limited space, it manages to integrate ultrasonic fingerprint recognition. Honor's latest full suite of eye protection technologies is also fully accounted for. It's fair to say that in the current niche, Air segment, the performance of this Pro-level screen truly exceeds all expectations. To achieve a handheld cinema experience, the screen alone isn't enough. Speaker performance cannot be overlooked either. The Honor Magic 8 Pro Air is equipped with dual top and bottom speakers, delivering a stereo effect with well-defined spatial depth and directionality. The immersion for daily movie watching and music listening is excellent. You can put on your headphones now to hear the difference in speaker quality between this and the iPhone Air. Let me bid you farewell. Holding my hand. Longing. Taking root. Yearning. A pause. There is another design aspect of the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air worth praising. As Honor's first eSIM-enabled model and its thinnest yet, it still retains dual physical SIM card slots. If you don't have time to visit a carrier to set up an eSIM right away, you can simply use physical SIM cards for now. The Honor Magic 8 Pro Air S camera deco houses lenses covering 3 focal lengths. Honestly, I was quite shocked when I saw this imaging setup. After all, even combining the iPhone Air and Samsung S25 Edge would give you all 3 of these focal lengths. The Magic 8 Pro Air features a 50MP 1/1.3-inch large main sensor, paired with an f/1.6 aperture and SEPA 5.0 level stabilization, making it excel in both day and night conditions. The telephoto lens uses a 64MP 1/2-inch sensor. It appears to be our old friend, the OV64B. A 74mm focal length paired with an f/2.6 aperture makes telephoto portraits a breeze. The ultra-wide is no slouch either, a 50MP 16mm lens, offering 0.7x the main camera's field of view, while rare even in standard small-sized phones. Seeing this setup in an ultra-thin Air device is simply unheard of. So, just how capable is it? In what ways? Let's put it to the test against the Air models from Apple and Samsung. In side backlit main camera shots, Samsung's dynamic range falls short, with very limited detail in the shadows. Apple's main camera is 26mm, so the field of view is slightly narrower with natural yet flat colors. Honor's profile is also true to life but with more vibrant colors, making for a more pleasing aesthetic. At 2x zoom, Honor still leads in color and dynamic range. The iPhone starts looking pixelated at this point, while Samsung continues to struggle in the shadows. Inside the church, Honor's reproduction of the indoor color temperature and stained glass is more faithful to the eye. In contrast, Samsung's resolving power falls apart once zoomed in, while Apple has decent resolution but noticeably more noise. In a dimly lit bookstore, Apple's style remains bland, whereas Samsung's shot fails to match the actual vibe of the room. Honor provides great texture. You can clearly see the books and the wall panels behind them. At the cathedral in the afternoon, Honor boasts the best dynamic range of the three. With plenty of light, all three show similar levels of detail when zoomed in. Switching to 2x, Honor better captures the warmth and intensity of the afternoon sun. As for Apple's so-called optical quality zoom, I'm just not seeing it. And Samsung's performance hardly reflects its 200MP sensor. Now, for the ultra-wide angle. Wait, the iPhone doesn't even have an ultra-wide lens. So, we came up with a bit of a hack, using the iPhone's 20mm front camera as a makeshift ultra-wide lens. The quality is mediocre and the setup is awkward, but hey, it is a wider shot. You can see that Honor, whether it is dynamic range, color science, or resolution, far outperforms the other two. As focal lengths increase, Honor's advantage with a dedicated telephoto lens becomes even clearer. Even with Samsung's 200 megapixel main sensor, it struggles when punching into 3x zoom or beyond. Let alone the iPhone. Looking at these flowers at 6x zoom, Honor beautifully captures the translucent petals under the light. You can tell how blurry the iPhone is even without zooming in. Samsung has slightly better clarity, but its dynamic range is lacking. Pushing it to 10x, this is already the limit for Samsung's digital zoom, while both use super resolution algorithms for enhancement. Honor is undoubtedly the sharpest and looks the most natural. Apple and Samsung show heavy smearing. The details fall apart under scrutiny. Honor has always been deeply invested in portrait mode optimization, especially when the international friends here lack a dedicated telephoto lens. From facial retouching to the natural depth of field effect, and overall color science, Honor is clearly the best of the three. In night scenes, white balance calibration is the first priority. The iPhone's shot is noticeably tinted green. Samsung leans a bit reddish. Honor not only has excellent color accuracy, but also brightens the shadows to better match what the human eye sees. With relatively sufficient light, the advantages of having a telephoto lens aren't yet obvious. The iPhone still tends to exhibit a green tint. In this set, Samsung's color accuracy actually surpasses Honor's, but it doesn't hold up under zooming, and its highlight suppression falls short of Honor's. The gap in this set is even more pronounced, while Honor's performance is decent. The noise on the iPhone is frankly unbearable. Samsung also suffers from severe smearing and loss of detail. However, the current version occasionally shows brightness anomalies at the edges in night shots. We look forward to improvements in future updates. This time, Honor has equipped the Magic8 Pro Air with an array zoom flash. Its 5 LEDs are arranged in an X-shaped array, offering not just higher brightness, but also much better range and uniformity than standard dual-tone flashes. We invited a model to demonstrate portrait mode with the flash enabled. In the photos, skin tones are rendered naturally, creating a clear sense of depth between the subject and the background. The flash proves its worth not just in low light but also in common backlit portrait scenarios. This is where the flash truly shows its advantages, ensuring the face is correctly exposed without blowing out the background. Thanks to Honor's new flash array, mobile flashes no longer feel harsh or cheap. For smartphone portraits, there is no longer a need for professional lighting accessories. The straight-out-of-camera results look fantastic. Speaking of souk shots, many people love the unique texture of old CCD cameras. However, due to the hype from unscrupulous dealers, the prices of these cheap old CCDs have skyrocketed. Users might tolerate it, but Honor certainly won't. They've now added a CCD option in portrait mode. Once enabled, it perfectly replicates that signature CCD look, with its vintage color tones and dramatic lighting ratios. It perfectly captures that nostalgic vintage vibe. Pair it with the flash, and the results are absolutely irresistible. Now that we've covered the pro-level imaging across all focal lengths, let's dive into some of the new experiences on Magic8 10. Right off the bat, I was sold on this interactive wobble theme. Who could say no to a cute plush puppy in a seamless animation? You can interact with it in all sorts of ways on both the lock screen and the home screen. If you pair it with a set of plush icons, man, the body double trope is really hitting hard, isn't it? Feature-wise, Honor is focusing heavily on AI and ecosystem connectivity. Beyond the AI imaging features I showed earlier, the Yo-Yo agent can now jump on a video call with you at any time to answer your questions about how many calories are in this food. Based on these items, a medium order of fries is about 320 kilocalories, 2 spicy McWings are about 440 kilocalories, and a small corn cup is about 80 kilocalories. The total is approximately 840 kilocalories. You can also use a simple voice command to have Yo-Yo handle complex tasks like ordering takeout or checking in. Regarding connectivity, Honor has further bridged the gap with Apple devices. Not only can you transfer content with a single tap, but you can now wirelessly mirror your Honor phone to a Mac. Notifications from your iPhone can even be relayed to the Magic8 Pro Air. This might be the most ideal thin and light secondary phone for Apple fans. Besides the increasingly useful new features and AI apps, I'm even more impressed by Honor's system optimization. The flagship Dimensity 9500 chip doesn't seem to face any performance throttling issues here. Starting with the benchmarks. The Magic 8 Pro Air not only leaves the Samsung S25 Edge in the dust, it even outperforms the other two standard, 6.31-inch small screen flagships. So, we tested 2 more games with different workloads, since Honor of Kings still hasn't supported 120 FPS for the iPhone Air. League of Legends Wild Rift will step in as our national-level mobile game. In terms of frame rate performance, the Magic 8 Pro Air remains more stable throughout. Regarding power consumption, the iPhone Air is lower, but with a 2.7W power draw, the Magic 8 Pro Air still manages to significantly outperform the Samsung S25 Edge. As for surface temperature, Apple and Samsung are both close to body temperature, while the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air Street is cool at 33.8 degrees Celsius. For the second game, let's jump straight into Honkai Star Rail. Magic 8 Pro Air's power consumption didn't even hit 5W. It is clearly holding back its full potential here. So, we enabled Honor's phantom frame stabilization and ran it again. Now, the performance delivery is much more what we expected. The key point is that this tech doesn't sacrifice image quality. Instead, it optimizes the GPU rendering pipeline to boost performance, ensuring a more stable output for high-res graphics. After a 30-minute map run, the average frame rate reached 57.5 FPS, surpassing the iPhone Air, and it was exceptionally stable in the first half, with power draw under 6W. The device temperature was kept around 45 degrees Celsius. As for the Samsung S25 Edge, putting aside frame rate and power consumption, the heat level makes it unsuitable for long sessions of this type of game. This is a clear case of delivering pro-level performance in an air-thin body. What 4 words would you use to describe the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air? Finally, let's look at the battery life. This is likely the biggest concern everyone has regarding thin and light flagships. So, we conducted a comprehensive test for you. Under our lab's standardized test-to-depletion battery model, neither the iPhone Air nor the Samsung S25 Edge lasted 7 hours, while the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air held on for 9 hours and 17 minutes. Let's also include the iPhone 17 Pro Max's results for context. This should make the comparison much more intuitive. Honor's Air model effectively delivers Pro Plus level battery life. Furthermore, the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air features the only 80W wired charging solution in the Air category, combined with 50W wireless fast charging. Even as a primary flagship, there is virtually no battery life anxiety. Alright, that concludes our coverage of the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air's launch day experience. My biggest takeaway from this device is that Apple has been misleading us. Air doesn't have to mean compromising everything for the sake of aesthetics. With enough sincerity and engineering effort, the ultimate vision of packing a Pro into an Air can indeed become a reality. With its exceptional performance across all fronts, the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air has established a truly valuable benchmark for the Air category. I hope its genuine appeal resonates with fans of thin and light smartphones, ensuring the Pro Air product line continues to thrive and evolve.